Hello everyone. I hope that everyone is doing very well today. My day started out just a little stressful. And that's because we had to get up early and take Mindy Lou to our vet in order to get her tooth extracted. And for a dog, they put them under anesthesia because, yeah, they really can't clean teeth and extract teeth and do that when they're awake. But anyways, yeah, so that's what we did. And I just got a call, about 15 minutes ago saying that she's doing well. Her blood work came back very good and they were taking her into surgery at that very moment. So if you hear my cell phone ring during this video, you know that it is my vet calling me because I have to leave it on. I gotta know how she's doing. Anyways, I hope that you will want to join me for my day, and I will talk to all of you in just a little while. Now, one of the things that I need to do today is make laundry detergent. But I also realize that that is the very last thing that you need to see me do again, because I did a video way back in October of 2016, and then the last time I made laundry detergent was actually towards the middle of August of last year. And so yeah, I need to make more. And I'm going to, as you can see, my bucket's behind me, so that really lasted a long time. But I was given, back in the fall, a recipe from a friend of mine named Melanie. And hey, Melanie, love you. Anyways, I thought that I would make this, but the problem is that it takes 20 liters. And I'm looking at this recipe and I am thinking, where am I going to store 20 liters of soap? So I decided that I'm not, but I am still going to make it. I'm going to condense it down and make a smaller portion of this. And you know what? I have never made this before. I do not know what kind of soap this is, how good the soap is, I should say, and how well it works, but I'm going to give it a shot. And yeah, we'll see, right? Whether or not it's going to work, and I'll be the tester and let you know just how good that is. Talk to you in just a bit. Good news. I just got a call from the vet, and Minnie Lou is out of surgery. She's doing well, and she's waking up well, and I'll be able to pick her up in just a few hours. And let me tell you, poor Missy May, she just doesn't know what to think of this. When we got home, she insisted on going outside, and I think that she thought we left her out there because she started running around and looking and went to the car and just seemed to be really confused. And then when she came back in, she started looking around the house like somehow she must have missed her, and she's just been moping. Oh, poor little girl. She's missed her sister. But anyways, for this recipe, I had to cut it down. I cannot imagine anybody needing 5 gallons, because that's what about 20 liters would have been, of liquid laundry detergent all at once. That's just a lot to work with. So I am going to be making 2.5 gallons, right around 2.5 gallons. And all we need is, I think I better check my recipe. 1 minute. The magic of editing. And it's just going to take 1 cup of your liquid Castile soap, and it recommends that we use, it's back here, the unscented. And that's because we're going to be adding essential oils. So, you know what? If you're not going to be adding essential oils to this, definitely get the scented ones, because they're scented with essential oils. At least the Dr. Bronner's is scented with real essential oils. But we're going to use a cup of that, a cup of borax, and a cup of washing soda. And the rest of it is just water. Nice, warm, extra warm kind of like you would do your dishes in, not like warm enough, or I should say, not hot enough where you can't stick your hands in it, but a little bit more warm, right? And we're going to use about 10 to 15 drops of essential oils. I've chosen to use thieves and lemon. So, yeah, it's actually going to be really easy. So, I think we ought to get started on this. Okay, so here I am on the floor. Yeah, I'm on the floor. And in this container here is 1 cup of borax and 1 cup of washing soda. So I'm going to put that in my bucket. And then we are going to add, it says the Castile soap also is to go in there, which that's kind of surprising, isn't it? And the warm water. And it says that we are to try to get this to dissolve. And I am supposed to continue to add warm water, working it so that all that washing soda and borax then dissolves. But that's all that I have to do, and I thought that this was a lot easier than some recipes, because some recipes are saying you need an immersion blender and you need to do this and you need to do that. This didn't say any of that. And so I wish I could tell you where this came from, because a friend of mine sent it to me, so I'm not sure where she got it, but she is, she sells Young's Living Oils also, so she's a distributor for them. And hopefully this will work, because I think that for some things, especially for me, some of my better sweaters and shirts and that, it would be a lot easier for me not to have to fuss. And that's why I certainly wasn't going to make 5 gallons of liquid laundry detergent. So I'm going to add another thing of water here. And I'm just going to go ahead and continue to stir this and let this dissolve. And then I'll bring you back, because I think the only thing I need to do is to top it off to a complete 2.5 gallons and add my essential oils. Anyways, bring you back when I'm getting to that point. Well, it's all mixed up. It's all dissolved. It was very easy to dissolve just with the hot water from my sink. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in 10 drops of the thieves. And then I will put in 5 drops of lemon. And all I'm going to do when I mix this around just a little bit is I'm going to put it in 1/2 gallon mason jars. So I'm just going to use 5 1/2 gallon mason jars, and that way it'll be easy to store and to use. Anyways, yeah, this was pretty easy. And I will talk to you in just a little while. For today's devotion, our scripture is going to be in the 1st chapter of Mark. And one of the first courses that my husband took in seminary was called the Inductive Bible Study of Mark. We often talked about this book, which happens to be the shortest and the simplest of all 4 of the Gospels. And John's Gospel is fast-paced, power-packed, which is the reason, most likely, that the symbol associated with St. Mark is the lion. Jesus' power and might are seen in every page. It's as though when Christ speaks, heaven roars with love and mercy. The Lord is clearly portrayed in this book in 2 parts. The first, to serve, which you will find in chapters 1 to 10, and then the second, to sacrifice, that you will find in chapters 11 to 16. So today, I want to look at 6 verses in the 1st chapter of Mark, because there is a word that is continually used, And that word is immediately. Mark chapter 1, verse 12. After Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist, immediately the Spirit drove him into the wilderness. Mark 1:18, when Jesus called Simon and Andrew to follow him, immediately they left their nets and followed him. Mark 1:21, then they went into Capernaum, and immediately on the Sabbath he entered the synagogue and taught. Mark 1:28, Jesus healed a man of an unclean spirit, and immediately his fame spread throughout all the region of Galilee. Mark 1:31, Jesus healed Simon's mother-in-law, and immediately the fever left her and she served them. And in Mark 1:42, after Jesus spoke to heal a leper, immediately the leprosy left him and he was cleansed. And that's just in the first chapter. I encourage you to read the entire book of Mark, and you will see that the word immediately occurs at least 36 times. You know, the word immediately is an adverb, and when you see the word immediately, there is always a sense of urgency. Perhaps this word is used so often in this gospel because we have a tendency to put off things for later with the full intent of doing it, but either because of time restraints or forgetfulness, we neglect to do it. We often struggle when faced with an opportunity to serve another person and can have a tendency to pull back within ourselves, to seek our comfort or to protect our own interests. The challenge that Jesus presents to us in the book of Mark involves breaking out of those patterns of self-absorption and giving ourselves in service and love to others immediately. And with that, I want to remind you, life happens, so let's enjoy it. And I want to also encourage you that when the Lord Spirit is nudging you, to listen and to do it immediately. God bless, and I will talk to you tomorrow.